and come into a seated position, maybe crossed legs. If you've got a block, you can sit on a block or a cushion, or if you prefer to kneel, you've got that option as well. And then just take a nice big roll through the shoulders, finding that big movement, lifting up, squeezing the shoulder blades together, lowering them down. So again, really bringing into your awareness the movement of your scapula, your shoulder blades, as we take that movement, and releasing any tension here. As we inhale, send the hands away, lift through the arms, coordinating movement with breath. Feel that sense of expansion. And exhale, reach into those fingers as we lower the arms down. Let's take that again. Inhale. And exhale. And then inhale, lift through those arms again. And then as we exhale, draw the elbows down. Keep the front ribs drawing in and feel like the elbows are drawing out behind you. So we begin to open through the front of the shoulders, and then we scoop the elbows, scooping them in like you're squeezing a block between your elbows. If you've got a block, you can even hold on to it and squeeze. And keeping your elbows about shoulder height, shoulder blades really sticking onto the back. So we've got this, we're creating this scooping action and squeezing action. We can really feel the muscles in and around that shoulder activate. Good. And releasing down. Inhale, lift. Let's do that once more. Exhale, draw the elbows down. Keep the front ribs in as the elbows pull out behind you. Feel long through the neck and scoop those elbows in. Squeeze your imaginary block or your actual block. And this time, extend the palms forwards, fingers facing up. And keeping that sense of squeezing. If you were in a class and I came round and tried to open your arms out, I wouldn't be able to because they're solid. We want to keep that same sensation when we're in our plank, and then relax those arms. Take any little rolls and movements that you want. Maybe a little circle through the rib cage. Good. And then from here, let's shift into our tabletop position. So spread through the fingers, tuck the toes under. Again, that sense of scooping the elbows. So the inner elbows are slightly facing forwards. Lift through the hips and press the mat firmly away with the hands. We're externally rotating at the top of the arms, and we've got a neutral spine. So the ears are by our upper arms, front ribs are in, lifting through the sitting bones, and the knees can be as bent as they need to be here. Make your spine your first priority. And because essentially we've got our hands above our head, we want our shoulders to move towards our head. So the natural scapulohumeral rhythm is in action within the shoulder. So press the mat away, allow the shoulders to move towards the head. And then pedal through those heels, lift and lower, bringing mobility to the ankles. And just finding some movement there. And then from here, we can either walk the feet to the hands or walk the hands to the feet. But bringing yourself so that you've got your weight now on your feet. Maybe with soft knees, you can allow your forearms to rest on the thighs. Otherwise, allowing that upper body to release over the legs. And if you want here, you can also take a little ragdoll. Little sway from side to side, and then releasing the hands, give the head a nod, shake of the head, shrug of the shoulder, and then let's uncurl, chin to chest, put the tailbone under, draw the navel in, press into the feet. As we press into the feet, we engage into those glutes, and drawing all the way up to standing, and take any little movements that feel good, a wriggle of the hips, a wriggle of the shoulders. And then make your way to the front of your mat into your Tadasana. So you might have feet together. You also might have your feet hip distance apart. See what feels best for you. I'm just going to take a quick sip of water. And have that real sense of pressing the ground away. Reaching down into the earth with the feet. Draw the kneecaps up, firm up through the thighs. Again, front ribs draw in, so that as we press, we're not flaring into the ribs. So those ribs are knitting in, still breathing into that lower part of the rib cage, long through the back of the neck and spread into the fingers. Really feel this sense of full body awareness into your Tadasana. If it feels good, close the eyes for a moment. And then as we open the eyes, let's move through some sun salutations with lunges. And as we inhale, lift through those arms. Exhale, release the arms down, hinge at the hips, folding forwards. Bend the knees as much as you need to. Inhale, step the right foot back. If you need to, lower that back knee. And then as we hold the breath, we release into our plank. It can be any variation that suits you. As we exhale, lower. And then as we inhale, take any back bend that suits you. Maybe Sphinx, baby cobra, normal cobra, or up dog. And then exhale, moving into your downward facing dog. Breathe in here. Checking in with that breath now. If it's gone deeper and faster, slow it down, make it lighter. Breathing through the nose and keep it even over the length of that inhale, over the length of that exhale. Lifting through the sitting bones. Bringing awareness to that lower back. We want that natural lumbar curve to still be there. So notice if you've flattened it out. On your next exhale, bend the knees, look between the hands, bring the right foot through. Inhale. As we exhale, both feet together, forward fold. And inhale, open the arms, lifting up high. Exhale, draw the palms down. And release. Let's take one more. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, left foot back. Lower the knee if you need to. Holding the breath, releasing into your version of plank. Exhale, lower. Inhale, Sphinx, cobra, or up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Or perhaps puppy pose if you need to. Press that ground away, press the mat away with the hands. Feel that connection to the shoulders. Think of that scooping action we did earlier. So the spine should feel long and lengthened here. Heels reach towards the ground, but they don't need to touch. Certainly not at the detriment to making your spine come out of alignment. Exhale, bend the knees, look between the hands, and step the left foot through. Inhale. Exhale, both feet together, forward fold. And inhale, lift through the arms. And exhale. Good. And then coming back into your Tadasana. Taking a moment, really checking in with how the body feels. And then we're going to come into a balance. So if you need to be close to a wall to hold on to, then just make sure you've got something close by to do that. Otherwise, bring the palms together. We're going to work through the right knee first, and we're going to circle the knee before we come into tree. So press the ground away with your left knee, your left foot, lift through the right knee, and then see if you can lift that knee a little higher, and then as we take it out to the side. So we're aiming to keep the pelvis still and just exploring that movement. So the mobility into that hip with a circle, cross over the midline of the body. Again, lifting, open and down, finding that control as well. So we've got balance, we've got strength, we've got control. And then from here, bringing it into your tree. So keeping the hips neutral, knee just out to the side wherever feels comfortable. And then maybe bringing that foot to your ankle, to your calf, or with a little bit of help, bringing it to your upper thigh. Pressing the ground away with the supporting leg. Now imagine your hips are hugging the legs in. Create length and space in the spine. Inhale, send the fingers up to the sky. And exhale, open those arms. Allow the shoulders to soften now, away from those ears. Inhale, lifting up. Good. And exhale, drawing those hands down. Well done. Fold the knee in. Keep that thigh lifted and then sending that foot directly out behind you into a crescent lunge. So sending it straight out. If it's only a short way, give it a little hop back. Keep your front knee above the ankle. Now press the mat away with the feet, engage into the glutes, hug those hips in, sweep the arms up. And as we exhale, draw those elbows down. This time lift through the chest, so we're opening through the front of the body. Good, maybe looking up to the sky, and then inhale, bring the gaze forwards, palms together, and then releasing that upper body forwards. So we've got the weight more onto this front leg. Now you can stay here, otherwise we're going to move into warrior three. So if you want, lift that back leg. Again, think about sunbird that we did earlier, hips at the same height, lift through the inner thigh, press the ground away with a supporting leg. If you've got something to hold on to, go for it. Staying connected into that breath. And then from here, we're going to bring that knee through again. So we're going to bend the knee, squeeze the heel towards the glutes, and then see if we can lift through the chest, bringing it all the way through. Now, if you need to put your foot down a couple of times, that's totally okay. And then from here, let's see if we can go into Utthita Hasta Padangusthasana. So grab hold of your big toe or hold your hand underneath your thigh. Good. So if you've got hold of your big toe, now you can keep your leg completely bent. Maybe just send the heel forward a little bit. You don't have to straighten the leg. You can if you want. I'm going to keep mine bent for today, but press the ground away. Now think about tucking your tailbone under a little bit. It'll give a little bit more space into that hip, and then move that leg to the side. So we've just moved. So again, we're kind of opening into that hip. You can send the heel away a little bit. If you want to straighten the leg, you can, but you don't have to. Good. And then I'm going to fall. Hold on to something if you want to. And then bring it back across. Back across. Good. So it's to the front. Now, can you let go of that foot? Your knee can still be bent, but hold that leg there. Well done. And then bring in your ankle on top of the other thigh. So we're in this little figure four, and then bend in your knee. Holding onto a wall, perhaps in front of you or to the side. Well done. Amazing. And then we're slowly going to lift back up and then release your foot all the way back down. Inhale, lift through those arms. And as we exhale, hinge at the hips, folding forwards. Halfway lift. Inhale, hands to shins. Bend the knees, plant the hands, step back into your plank. If you want to skip out this vinyasa, you can. Your version of plank, exhale, lower. Inhale, Sphinx Cobra or Up Dog. And exhale into Down Dog, or you've got the option to take Child's Pose here or Puppy Pose. And again, return to the breath. Connecting to the body, using your affirmation. I allow my body to be my guide. I am grateful for its wisdom. And then if you are in Child's Pose, making your way back to your downward facing dog. And then from here, bending the knees up between the hands and bring the feet through. So you can either walk, step, or jump them through. Halfway lift, hands to shins. Lengthen through the spine. Exhale, draw the lower belly in as we hinge at the hips, fold forwards. Knees can be bent if they need to be. And then inhale, open the arms, lifting up. And exhale. Draw the palms down. And again, take a moment into your Tadasana. Close the eyes if you want to. Really drawing awareness inwards, being completely aware of that inner world. And that movement of energy, that subtle energy. Opening the eyes again, bring the palms together. Okay, we're going again on the other side this time. So pressing the ground away with that right foot. Lifting through your left knee and then lift it up a little bit higher. And then we're going to circle it, keeping the pelvis as still as you can, holding on to a wall if you need to. Taking your time with it. So slowing it down, really finding that control, crossing over the midline to find that circle. And one more. Good, really using that knee. Imagine you're painting a big circle in the air with that knee. And then finding your vrksasana, your tree, foot to calf or ankle or thigh. Press the ground away, hips hug it in. Feel that sense of lift and length and reach into the fingers and really send those fingers to the sky. Exhale, we open. Well done. Inhale, lift. And exhale, draw the palms down. Fold that knee in and lift that knee and then send that foot straight out behind you. So directly out behind you, finding your crescent lunge, and then really press the ground away. Lift through the back heel, so you're driving the toes down. We engage into the glutes, into the hips, lift through the arms. Keep pushing those back toes down into the mat as we lift through the chest. So we're creating a bit more of a back bend here. Looking up if we can, and then as we inhale, lift those arms and then draw the front ribs back into the body and palms together. Lower the upper body forward. So we're in this diagonal line of energy. Now you can totally stay here, or you have the option to bring yourself into your warrior three. Hips at the same height, lift through that inner thigh, press the ground away with your supporting leg and extend behind the knee and engage into the foot. Do something with it, flex it, point it, spread the toes, feel that energy moving through the leg. Okay, we're going to come back up. So we're going to fold that knee in and begin to draw our shoulders back up. Grabbing hold of something if you need to. I'm totally cheating. I mean, it's not cheating. Let me rephrase that. I'm totally using some support. Lifting through that knee. Good. And then finding, let me face you, finding either your big toe, hooking your fingers around it, or holding underneath that thigh. And then from here, you can send your heel away a little bit if you want, straightening your leg, but don't let your spine collapse. So you might need to keep a little bend here, pressing into that supporting leg, and then moving that foot out to the side. Tuck the tailbone under a little bit to find a bit more space into that hip. Good. You want to send the heel away a little bit, just experiment, but just be aware of that hamstring, and then drawing it back across. And then let go of the foot. Can you keep the leg there for a moment? Maybe using the arms just to find balance. Good. And then bring the foot down again if you need to. And then crossing that ankle over the other thigh. And then we bend into that supporting leg. So it's a bit like we're coming into chair with that leg crossed over. So we've got this figure four. We're releasing into that glute, into the quad. Maybe holding onto a wall. Well done. And then from here, lifting up, release that foot down and release the hands, standing all the way up. Inhale, lifting up. Taking a vinyasa here. If you want to skip it, you can. Exhale, fold. Inhale, hands to shins, halfway lift. And then planting those hands, holding the breath as we release into our version of plank. Exhale, lower. Inhale, Sphinx or Cobra or Up Dog. Exhale, Downward Dog or Child's Pose.